Coming up, Tzu Chi volunteers in Taiwan encourage members of the public to avoid burning joss paper. And we'll look at how the Japanese government provides quality care for its senior citizens. Welcome to the Headlines. I'm Helen Nell. Thank you for joining us. As the 7th lunar month draws near, members of the public will burn joss paper to honor the deceased. However, this traditional practice causes air pollution and fire accidents. Therefore, Wanhua Tzu Chi volunteers in Taipei organized a tea gathering to encourage members of the public to avoid burning joss paper.
去年烧金纸。
Last year, when I burned joss paper, it caused a big fire. Sharing my experience here today, I feel ashamed of my actions.
The fire that occurred from the burning of joss paper has made Lin Yuecai realize that it can be dangerous and that it is a pollutant.
我先生、我儿子说，每次我在烧金纸的时候都。
Every time when I was burning joss paper, my husband and my son would ask me, is it necessary to burn so much of it? When they commented on what I was doing, I always told them to shut up. Now I feel regret for my attitude. How stupid was I for saying that to my family?
As the 7th lunar month is around the corner, Wanhua Tzu Chi volunteers held a tea gathering to encourage local residents to abstain from burning joss paper. As well, Tzu Chi volunteer Liu Jiameng seized the chance to share the benefits of vegetarianism with the attendees.
I planned to divorce him on our 20th wedding anniversary. The divorce agreement was all ready for him to sign. He was a really mean husband. However, on our 16th anniversary, he was diagnosed with oral cancer. Since then, he has got rid of all his bad habits. His diet and lifestyle have changed for the better.
Drinking a cup of tea prepared by Tzu Chi volunteers, everyone enjoys a day full of joy and blessings.
In Buddhism, the 7th lunar month is known as a month of auspiciousness and filial piety. At the first blessing ceremony held at the Taoyuan Jingsi Hall, Tzu Chi volunteer Huang Shuzhen, who suffers from breast cancer, attended the event with her mother-in-law, where she shared with participants how she fulfills her filial duties.
Chanting the Buddhist Sutra with plenty of vigor, if it weren't for the loss of her hair, one wouldn't be able to tell that Tzu Chi volunteer Huang Shuzhen suffers from breast cancer. Diagnosed in 2008, Huang has kept a positive outlook on life despite her illness.
When I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I was happy in a way, because since I'm covered by insurance, I was able to help my mother-in-law become a Tzu Chi honorary board member.
Huang is donating $33,400 in her mother-in-law's name because 5 years ago her mother-in-law fell very ill, and at a time when the family was feeling helpless, a senior Tzu Chi volunteer gave Huang this idea.
The sister told me that I should make a great vow on behalf of my mother-in-law, so I decided to help her become a Tzu Chi honorary board member.
Since Huang's mother-in-law became a Tzu Chi honorary board member, the pair practices recycling rigorously, and Huang hopes to seize every opportunity to fulfill her filial duties to her parents and in-laws.
Filial piety is the foundation of all goodness. If one has done plenty of good but is not filial to their parents, then that is still no good. So I often remind myself to be filial to my parents.
Ajahn is very filial, and so is my son. We have a good relationship.
As the 7th lunar month is also known as the month of auspiciousness, at the first blessing ceremony at the Taoyuan Jingsi Hall, aside from the reenactment of the Sutra of Profound Gratitude to Parents, children also took the opportunity to serve tea to their parents to express their thanks. Huang was among the participants and gave her mother-in-law a warm hug.
I give Ajahn my blessings. I hope she will live to see longer days and live a life with purpose.
I'm grateful to the Buddha for the fact that after I received my chemotherapy treatment, my physical condition was good and my spirits were up, so I want to do more good with my body and benefit society.
Now, Huang wants to live life to the fullest and spend each moment doing good deeds and fulfilling her filial duties.
Myanmar Tzu Chi volunteer Kin Sundar So grew up in a wealthy family. After marriage, she became a housewife that spends her days sleeping, watching TV, or shopping. However, on one of her shopping trip, she happened to run into a group of volunteers doing recycling. Moved by their silent effort, she later joined their ranks and have become a familiar face at Tzu Chi's events.
Before joining Tzu Chi, Kin Sundar So says she had little to do at home except watch TV and shop. It was a way to kill time and fill up the empty hours. Much of what she bought still lays unused.
Before, every time I was in town and saw clothing I liked, I would buy it. Sometimes I bought 2 to 3 pieces of the same thing.
Now a Tzu Chi volunteer, Kin Sundar So has seen changes in her life as a result. Formerly someone who never walked, now she hikes the muddy roads to get to her care recipients' homes. There she has come face to face with a level of poverty that was completely foreign to her in the beginning.
Before, the children were afraid of my size and would not come near me. Now, as soon as they see me, they run over to hold my hand, hug me, and tell me they miss me.
I support her in doing Tzu Chi and hope she can do the best job possible in bravely carrying the burden of others.
With her husband's support, Kin Sundar So is more motivated than ever to offer children in need a source of love and support, while she herself has found an unanticipated sense of fulfillment and joy in her life as a result.
August 13th marks the 13th anniversary of Darling Tzu Chi Hospital. As part of the celebration, medical staff took a trip to Yunlin, where they paid a visit to grandmother Xu Li Rui, who is diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. The medical team gave the senior a set of exercises to do in hopes that she will be able to walk again very soon.
In his signature white coat, Superintendent of Darling Tzu Chi Hospital, Lai Ningshen, leads his team to visit Grandma Xu Li Rui's home.
Her wish is not to travel or anything like that. She only wanted to join the other seniors at the temple, where she can have a chance to talk with her friends. It's such a simple hope. If not for coming here today, we would have never experienced the essence of what medical care is all about.
Grandma Xu Li's family assumed that the loss of motor control in her legs was the result of aging. However, a quick check by the Darling Tzu Chi Hospital medical team shows that the senior is in fact suffering from Parkinson's.
Try to hold up the leg so it doesn't fall back down. Make sure this area is stretched out and hold it for 20 seconds.
With the 13th anniversary of Darling Tzu Chi Hospital coming up on August 13th, medical staff from the hospital are visiting those in need and in the process not only rekindling their enthusiasm, but also experiencing once again the power of Tzu Chi's medical mission.
After Taiwan lost its rabies-free status in July of this year, members of the public have become more cautious around dogs. Currently, only a few wild animals in mountainous areas have been tested positive for rabies. However, all mammals are vulnerable to the deadly virus, and whether the government will be ready to fight rabies if it spreads to the city is still unknown.
Right now, when we take our dogs for a walk, we see people go around us or try to avoid our dogs.
After Taiwan lost its rabies-free status in July of this year, members of the public have become more timid when coming across dogs. One veterinarian said that Taiwan does not have enough human rabies vaccine in stock currently.
目前为止，你已经打了？
没打，
你没有打？
没打。就算我现在想要自己花钱去打，都没有疫苗。有，我们有反应啊，他叫我们不要紧张啊。
不要紧张啊。
As veterinarians encounter animals on a daily basis, they're more likely to be exposed to rabies. Currently, Taiwan only has some 100 rabies vaccine for humans in stock. This shows that it is not prepared to deal with a possible outbreak of the deadly virus.
Yes, we can say that we are not ready to fight against rabies. Nobody thought that the virus would occur in wild animals in Taiwan. These are rare cases, and we only heard about bats testing positives for rabies in other countries.
Rabies is a disease that was widely seen in dogs 50 years ago in Taiwan. 50 years later, it has appeared in Taiwan once again, but this time in Formosan fairy badgers. In January of this year, a dead fairy badger was found in Nantou Yuchi Township, and experts from National Taiwan University suggested that the death was unusual. It tested positive for rabies on June 24th, and the finding was officially confirmed by the Animal Health Research Institute on July 16th. The examination process took half a year to complete. One can say that after 50 years of enjoying rabies-free status, the government has become less alert in the prevention of rabies, with a noticeable lack of experience and manpower in treating the disease.
In
developed countries, the standard rabies vaccination rate in animals is around 65 to 70%. In Taipei City, we have approximately 250,000 dogs and cats, but only 70,000 have been vaccinated.
At the end of August, Taiwan has a total of 600,000 rabies vaccines for animals, which is enough to cover all pets in the Taipei metro area. However, studies suggest that less than 40% of the pets in the Taipei metro area have received rabies vaccine, and the number is less than 20% in rural areas.
It is safer for us if our pets receive a rabies vaccine on a regular basis.
Although currently only wild animals have tested positive for rabies, the virus can affect all mammals. Experts suggest that rats can also become a carrier of rabies.
Rats are also vulnerable to rabies because they are mammals and a warm-blooded animal. This means they can carry the virus and spread it to others.
According to studies, the chance of a Morovia being a carrier of rabies or spreading the virus is very low.
Although experts explain that rabies will not spread to the cities, no one is 100% sure that it won't happen. Rabies is one of the deadliest diseases on Earth. Its fatality rate is close to 100%. The footage is of a patient with hydrophobia, which is one of the most common symptoms of rabies. When a cup of water is in front of him, he shakes uncontrollably and behaves strangely. When an animal is infected with rabies, it tends to act aggressively even towards its owner.
An imported case of human rabies in the Philippines showed that a rabbit patient was afraid of the wind, so when the wind blew, his whole body shook uncontrollably.
Rabies is a disease that can be prevented if vaccines are taken on a regular basis and treatable if antibodies are given after exposure to rabies. However, no one is sure if patients can recover 100%. With lack of vaccines and experience, if rabies becomes widespread in Taiwan once again, it is sure to cause chaos across the country. Japan is known for the longevity of its citizens. However, the country's rising life expectancies and decreasing birth rate means that citizens 65 and older now account for 24.1% of the overall population. To handle this, the government of Japan has established many nursing facilities to care for the elderly. With Taiwan itself facing the same problem, perhaps Japan's way of dealing with the issue is a solution to consider.
I am a fourth-year student majoring in Japanese at the Department of Oriental Language and Literature in Tzu Chi University. I have been looking for my direction in life.
This is the last summer before Tzu Chi University students turn Eugene graduates, and she has been wondering about her career path. Thinking of entering the long-term care sector, Ten decided to visit Japan for further insights.
You need to introduce yourself first. You start today, that's right. It's your first day, so you need to introduce yourself to everyone.
Ten's work begins at 8:30 a.m. and ends at 5 in the afternoon. On her first day, the student is asked to memorize all the seniors' names and soon learns to deliver drinks to each grandpa and grandma.
There are a few senior residents getting bathed now, so after that we will bring the drinks over.
Chen Yijun is told that Grandma Mia was a beautiful woman when she was younger and could even speak a little Chinese. However, the senior never speaks of her past. Each resident here has a story of their own, but it seems like in Japan, the story always ends with the seniors selling their houses to move into a nursing home. The monthly cost of such a nursing home is approximately $5,000, but residents only need to pay 10% of that, which is roughly $510, as the rest is covered by the government. In Japan, a nurse can only look after a maximum of 3 residents, which ensures quality care and that specific dietary needs are being met.
Grandma, we have an intern student from Taiwan.
In the eyes of these senior residents, Chen Yijun is like a flower ready to blossom. However, one may wonder about the future of the young, as Taiwan's welfare and long-term care system still have a long way to go before catching up with its aging population. Though still young, this student has come to realize that one needs to plan for their retirement in advance.
It will be too late to think about where to live and what we should do when we get old. When we get to a certain age, the question is how we walk the last mile of our lives with dignity. I think, why not start now? We should pay more attention to caring for senior residents.
Regardless of whether one is single, married, or has children, all will come to face the different stages in life, including aging, illness, and death. The question is how we live the final days in peace. Perhaps the solution to Taiwan's aging population lies in Japan's long-term care system.
One day, maybe, this is what will become of us.
In Malaysia's Kota Kinabalu, the local Jingsi Books and Cafe organized a spiritual workshop inviting pediatrician Dr. Chen Cheng-heng to talk about the myth of nutritional food. Using statistics and visual aid, Dr. Chen encouraged the participants to adopt vegetarianism as a way to prevent disease.
Here at the Jingsi Books and Cafe in Kota Kinabalu, Malaysia, pediatrician Dr. Chen Cheng-heng was invited to share his clinical experience on how children's immunity affects the development of their intelligence.
Dr. Chen's presentation showed different kinds of parasites that live in fish. It was truly unsettling. Adopting vegetarianism may be the best choice to keep healthy. We live in an environment where the food source is widely polluted and our health is being severely affected. Actually, I have already considered changing my children's formula to pea flour to help them gradually come to terms with eating meatless food.
The U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention has warned that women and children should limit the amount of fish they eat and avoid some types of fish.
During this spiritual workshop, Dr. Chen revealed the truth behind so-called nutritional food, which may harm our body instead. He stressed the best way to keep disease away may be through vegetarianism.
Dr. Chen's presentation corrected many of our misunderstandings regarding food. Before, I heard that pregnant women should eat more fish to take in omega-3. Now I realize that is wrong. We should try to change our diet. Maybe it's difficult to adopt vegetarianism right away. However, we should try our best to avoid eating meat.
Learning of the truth behind food and benefits of vegetarianism, many participants said they were willing to adjust to a vegetarian diet, not only to enjoy a higher quality of life, but also as part of saving our planet.
A survey conducted by Taiwan's Zhongdong Foundation found that those aged 20 to 39 are the least happy, and 70% of that age eat less than 2 servings of fruits per day. Studies show if one person eats 5 portions of fruits and vegetables a day, their health will greatly improve as time goes on.
It is a well-known fact that eating more fruits and vegetables are good for one's health. However, in modern society, it's hard enough to eat a balanced meal, not to mention getting enough of the right nutrients. Studies show for those who don't eat 1 serving of fruit or vegetables a day, their body's happiness level comes in around 20%, and many experience constipation. On the other hand, for those that eat 5 portions of fruits and vegetables, their body's happiness level is at 77%.
I will eat 1 portion of fruit. If there is extra available, I might have 2 or 3 servings.
2 portions of an in-season fruit. For example, currently it is mango.
Fruits are full of vitamin C and dietary fiber, which are excellent antioxidants. Besides eating the fruits raw, it can also be incorporated into our meals. It has been shown that by eating 2 extra servings of fruits and vegetables for 2 weeks can increase one's health by 10%.
Every day we should eat 5 servings of fruit and vegetables, half a bowl of multigrain rice and 1 spoonful of nuts, and we should have enough nutrients for that day.
Picking in-season fruits like papaya, kiwi, oranges can help one meet the 5 daily serving requirements and to maintain a high level of happiness and a healthy body.
After 2 international exchange visits from the Tainan Tzu Chi Senior High School to the Penang Chinese Girls Private High School in Malaysia, the 2 schools officially became sister schools and a memorandum of cooperation was signed. It is hoped the cooperation will broaden the students' horizons and help them further understand Malaysian culture.
Under the witness of all, the Penang Chinese Girls Private High School and the Tainan Tzu Chi Senior High School signed a memorandum of cooperation to officially become sister schools. For 2 consecutive years, the Tainan Tzu Chi Senior High School has organized international exchange trips to the Malaysian school. As for this year, a 4-day camp was organized for the Taiwanese students to experience Malaysian culture.
借这个次交流的机会，
Given this opportunity, we were able to promote Tzu Chi's humanistic education, and it gives our students an opportunity to learn from their counterparts and broaden their outlook. With the new agreement, we have officially become sister schools, and I hope that this will serve as a platform for further interaction and exchange in the future.
能够在这个基础之上，两校的孩子有一个很稳固的交流平台。
A neat appearance and a display of good mannerisms are shown by the students here in Penang. Over the 4-day trip, Tzu Chi students not only have been exposed to English poetry recitals, pastry making, but also forged many close friendships.
We are truly grateful to Principal Tzu for affording us so many opportunities. The exchanges have also been an eye-opener for us. Hence, at the end of this year, we hope to send a group of our students to Tainan Tzu Chi Senior High School. The students' humanistic qualities are an example for our students.
Crossing international boundaries, this memorandum of cooperation marks a new milestone in Tzu Chi's educational mission.
We go back to Taiwan at the end of the show to encourage youngsters to embrace vegetarianism. Tainan Tzu Chi's designed a vegetarian food DIY class for the summer camp they organized. After trying their homemade vegetarian dishes, many students say that they will make these cuisines for their family members when they go home. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for watching the Headlines. Goodbye.